There we go. I was like, clearly I can't. I'm not one to ever learn my lesson after the first time when literally my own body was trying to reject itself while doing the third grade. That was not my fault, though. That was just a bad case of indigestion on a bad day. Me? The ClueFinders' new dog that they got in between the two games. Don't really explain too much about that. They also had slightly different art designs for the style.
I can dig it.
This tomb has remained undisturbed for thousands of years.
I think that's Mojo Jojo's actor.
This
Roger Jackson?
nice.
I'm all a quiver.
Of course, Laptrap's still there from the events of Mathra.
Again, it's nice to see some continuity between the last grade and this one.
Mysteries! I hate mysteries.
Laptrap, shush.
And who's this guy?
Open the tomb, you silly little man.
Sir Alistair Lovelace was a big monkey.
Clearly a well-upstanding gentleman.
Mario Dog does not approve of this behavior.
Per Absen, a king from the second dynasty. Wonderful.
Oh, that's wonderful.
At last. Oh, what a find. Who knows how many years.
And they have such pretty relics as well.
I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be touching them like that.
Right? Now, look at that.
I seem to, that is...
You want an ancient mummy rising up situation? Because this is how you get an ancient rising mummy situation.
You want to be cursed for the rest of your life? Well, that's how you get cursed.
Good idea.
This is also how you get a D in your class. By cheating.
They're gonna learn. So, thus back at the dig site later that evening.
This is astounding. Per Absen was believed to be aligned with Set, the ancient Egyptian embodiment of chaos.
And certainly enjoyed their drinks.
Than your limited perception could ever imagine, Doctor. Ever since I was a poor child on the streets of London, I've dreamed of finding this sort of power.
Oh dear.
Quickly now, load everything into the trucks, including my esteemed colleague.
Oh dear.
Soon, my friend.
Yeah, no, so far I'm really digging just how much nicer this game looks compared to the cinematics of this game look compared to the original.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh, there are so many evil things for us to do.
Greed can make you do wonderful.
Yeah, I was about to say, like I was mostly convinced up until that laugh.
Had other things to worry.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
Well, Johnny,
Again, stay tuned. We're going to be hearing a few
trophy.
more instances of him in this franchise.
Because
Because yeah, moving forward in Learning Company, Charles Martinet got more involved with the company's work.
It feels like it's holding onto my finger.
Also, apparently that ring she stole, borrowed, is kind of stuck on her finger there.
It looks like some sort of ceremonial ring. You'd better let Professor Botch know you have it.
Okay, Leslie, I'll tell him tomorrow.
Tis a
But it's
sorry
so
state of
embarrassing.
affairs.
Yep.
I never
Surely it
should
won't be
trust
much
someone
worse than just being
first.
stuck on her finger.
Hopefully.
We didn't know it then, but Egypt was about to get a lot hotter than
Is
usual.
that the dog's inner monologue? Yep.
Yeah, the dog can just think out loud. The kids never hear him, but we, the audience, can for,
So, you
sillier,
wanna know what happened?
reasons.
Well,
and because
before you go on,
him and
you
Laptrap are
use the
both going to
keyboard
be
and
in this
sign your
game
name on
giving
this
us
piece of
advice.
paper.
Again, very odd. I don't think he ever returns in any other game. Of course, we're not going to need a Snurf. We're going to need the smarter Snurf for this job.
Okay.
The Snurf that actually passed third grade.
I hate being right all the time.
If you could spoil, is that going to be a naming shtick that you're going to get throughout all the ClueFinder things? Like, going to be Smarter Schmuff, Smartest Schmuff?
Place was deserted.
Smarterest Snurf. No, it's just always the smartest Snurf.
Professor.
By test save is Snurf. Smarter Snurf is who does it.
Being seen. Probably an inside job.
Oh.
And I had a pretty good idea who
Woof!
was behind it.
Whoa!
I've got a feeling the professor is in trouble.
We gotta help him.
How are we gonna do that, Joni?
I don't know. I'm just pouting here. Just let me sulk for a moment. I'll come up with something.
Bucky.
Oh,
You like to scare him.
Oh boy.
Hey, Socrates found a hidden door.
Socrates. Ooh.
Yeah, apparently
that's
the dog's name.
Yeah.
Nice name. Oh dear.
Oh, gross.
Here, I'll desecrate this body. What we got?
I wonder what it is.
Oh, Egyptian kings were always buried with spells of protection.
But these don't look like any sort of hieroglyphs I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure that's a Groucho Marx glasses there.
Listen, the ancient Egyptians had their sense of humor.
And it's our only clue.
Who would ever cut the cucumber lengthwise?
Find someone to translate this
Americans have
scroll.
no sense of humor.
Let's put it in the back.
Yeah.
Get back to
No, we don't.
This mystery could spell trouble. If you're in a jam and you need help,
And of course, just
ask
all this
me.
just being our
I'm
tutorial, our
different.
intro. So yes, we're not quite done with the ClueFinders. It's still up. I still want to try and cover this whole franchise in some aspect or another. So welcome to the next installment. Oh,
Oh.
Hello.
Welcome to the desert.
We gotta figure
hottest
out which
Jeep
car we gotta
visitor
take.
ship. You folks look like you're on your way to Cairo.
I take it this is our difficulty select.
Why, yeah.
nah. So there's actually actually this game in particular, I had to pause and do a couple of setups because with this particular game moving forward, the game started having adaptive difficulty. So this one would almost always be at the easiest, but I need to, as soon as it's done, I need to raise the difficulty because I mean clearly we know the answer to this one. I would hope.
I know. It's number 3. Pick number 3, my lord.
Yeah. Yeah, no, let me set this up.
Click on
So
my buttons for all
now,
Click
Josh,
on a
so here's how
number
this
to
works.
set an activity to
Every
that level.
game and every
Click the
like
checkboxes to
edutainment,
turn automatic
education bit
leveling off or on.
has auto leveling, so that as you do, because this game has a lot more repetition of playing the games than the previous installment did. Yes,
Oh.
and that's because I was trying to adjust the one I was already on. So
Oh.
there we go. This looks a little more difficult.
99 miles.
So it needs to be greater than it needs to be greater than 99 miles. So not the third one anymore. Probably the first one actually. 12 times
Step aside, give me the
8.9.
wheel,
That
lap traps in
would be.
charge.
I should have prepared this sooner so that I could look smart while I'm saying this.
Looks a bit.
It would be about 106 miles, so that'd be more than enough.
Yeah.
At least it got us to our destination.
Kitty.
But yes, to sum up where this went,
Where to now?
We have to find
you'll
someone
be
who can
playing mini
translate
games
the
more
scroll.
and more, and the more you play them and do well, they'll start raising the difficulty of the question like steadily, like bit by bit. Again, for the sake of avoiding repetition, I'll show you how it looks on its hardest difficulty, and then we'll just cut out all the other repeat
Lucky for us,
like
the place
visits
is
later.
empty.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, hello.
Customers, I didn't hear you come in.
Hey,
Sorry about that. You caught me napping. When you're 5,000 years old, you need lots of rest.
5,000
years old. Wait a minute.
Hey, if you're so old, do you recognize this?
If you're so old, how are you still alive?
This-
Wouldn't you like to know
this-
with a
As a matter
girl?
of fact, this scroll
But you'd be
tells
like,
of an
yeah,
ancient evil.
very good. He just drops behind the
professor was
desk.
in trouble.
Not even just drops behind the desk.
Whoever
It's just
took
like,
your
that's a
professor
very
is up to
good.
No good. He wants to unleash
Goodness,
the
those
power
facial
of
expressions
Set,
just
the
are
ancient
terrifying.
Egyptian embodiment of chaos.
Look, he's over
Oh,
400
him?
years old.
Great.
You gotta give his facial some slack.
How can we stop him?
I suppose.
Fair.
Legend has it that the ancients built a mysterious place of power. Those worthy enough to enter would be granted the power needed to stop Set. This scroll has
This one right here?
5 clues
Yes.
that will guide you on your first step toward locating this place of power.
Okay.
But wait, the clues are written in an ancient code. I can't read this without hieroglyphs.
Oh,
Hieroglyphs.
Oh, hieroglyphs. What are hieroglyphs? Ancient pottery pieces with letters carved upon them.
Okay.
Bring me back 12 hieroglyphs, and I'm sure I can decipher the first clue.
But where can we find these mysterious hieroglyphs?
Hey, you're the ClueFinders, not me. But it shouldn't be too hard.
That's true.
Luckily, this is the
sorry,
hieroglyph
kiddies. You're gonna have to figure that one out
Everyone
yourself.
around here collects hieroglyphs.
Ah, but thankfully
You
we
can
happen to
count
be in
on
the
us.
trading card expo of
Those kids
hieroglyphs.
are gonna do fine.
So just find some people, help them out, they'll give them to us. So
So I take it the
That-
hieroglyphs
Guess you better
are
go
our
find
main
those
MacGuffin of the game.
hieroglyphs.
for this first chapter, they will be. So also similar to, it's also different from third grade. The map isn't split in two like it was before. Now there's like very structured. Like that'll come back in a later game, but this one for now is structured in two like overworlds that will be like going from one to the next. So first, coffee.
Excuse me.
Also, I
dude.
see,
I mean,
unlike
sir,
the last
we're
game, it
looking
looks
for
like
some
all the kids are involved for this
hieroglyphs.
adventure.
Do you know where
Yeah.
we might find any?
And my gosh, if you're gonna believe it, this I don't think they ever did it again, but this game kind of jumped the shark in a few areas that thankfully I think they tried to step back a little bit in later entries.
Really?
Oh, I look forward to it.
Yeah, you'll see, it gets a little wild.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you bring the dog in.
Yeah, look at that. You know what I'm just not thinking? This is something I think it's only going to resonate with Jordan. He's probably not the same breed, but something about his proportions and fur make me think of Cheswick.
Oh yeah,
You
it
sure got the
kinda
hang of
does.
this business. Take this here glyph.
Yeah, I can see it actually.
Okay, coffee breaks
Okay.
over.
So that's how we do this. Is that now? Here's how this works. Every time you complete a couple of their missions, they'll give you at least one chiroglyph each. Here, I'm just trying to make the sum of them equal the difference of the others. For now, it's simple enough that every one of these vendors is going to have at least 3 chiroglyphs. You need 12 total in order to complete the thing.
Okay.
Your mental capacity.
Now here's how where this got a little tricky to record, like repetition wise.
That's it.
Sometimes a vendor will have 4 and another one will have 2, and you won't know until you keep playing. And again, you just hear so many voice lines over and over again. So again, I'm mainly going to show you playing each of these games one time through, what the process is. You kind of get the gist of it at that point.
Okay.
So for now, let's continue walking around Cairo. Fabric store. Why not?
And maybe somewhere in this dusty old city, you might actually find Luigi on a Yoshi.
Dude.
Maybe.
Looking for his brother Mario, who went missing the other day.
Clark.
Yeah.
Hello. This is Fabric. It's gorgeous.
The classic Cairo accent.
Screaming for
What's
it.
with all
But
of
they
what's
always
with
tell me
all
how
of
much to
these
cut
white
as a
people?
fraction problem.
They were really inspired by Bruce Timm. I don't know.
Why can't you white people go back to your own living area?
Cut off just the right amount.
They're
and one of these
vendors, they're
horrible
merchants, I can't
fabric
stop
hanging
them.
I
on the
know,
top
it's
shelf.
just like it's so off-putting to
Just
me.
move my scissors over the fabric.
Well,
When the
unfortunately,
piece
at
is
the time the game was
exactly
made,
the
I
right
couldn't
length.
stop them.
Let go of
So,
the scissors to cut it.
it's a we're solving a fraction puzzle.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
let's see.
Awesome.
1 3/4
Here's
is
a
what that
chiroglyph.
equal to. Give me that.
There you go.
I am
All right, so let me talk a little bit more about how the repetition works.
fried.
So once you get
Can you help me out
12
with the right length
chiroglyphs,
of
you'll have to
cloth?
bring them back to the old geezer, and what he'll then do
You
is
are
he'll
right.
use
You
the
are
12
so
chiroglyphs
right.
to
You are so right.
translate 1/5 of the problem.
No way.
Then you have to
Another
go and do
order?
it a second time, a third time, a fourth time, and finally a 5th time through.
This
And
is the most
then
perfectly
the
cut piece of
chapter's
fabric
complete. So
I
you
have
see
ever
then
seen.
why I probably decided
You
to
have
like
totally
tone it down a
moved
little bit so
me.
we didn't have to see all these wonderful people multiple times over.
That was my last chiroglyph.
Especially because
I am
the
so
dialogue typically doesn't
bummed.
change, but you are treated to a little bit of a cutscene snippet, typically to see what old, Loveless Wario is up to.
Loveless Wario.
Loveless
Yeah, Wario.
Wario.
I don't
It
need
basically is
love.
just- It basically is just Wario.
Yeah.
Wario, if he
Tentacles.
also was Waluigi.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
he had the build more closer to Waluigi, but oh,
Sorry, all my boats are rented right now.
Wow.
Okay.
When you're ready to leave
You gotta
Cairo,
put that
come
sign
back again.
later then. I didn't. Alright, fine.
We'll be back.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Don't want those dumb boats
Rip off
anymore.
Forest.
maybe later.
I'd rather go
Right.
canoeing instead of boating. Meh.
Hit statue later. We need to find at least 2 more vendors because there's usually they just come in 4s. That's all you need to know. This was also for the first ClueFinders game I ever actually owned. That was gifted to me by my 4th grade teachers, like way back when in the early noughts.
Huh, that's awful generous of him.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was some promotional deal or something like
Thank
that,
heavens you're here.
and he knows how I enjoyed the
Customers all
computer.
over the world are clamoring for my goods.
Okay, a
and
little
my
bit of
atlas has
geography.
vanished. Can you help me get these parcels out?
We'd be happy to help you, ma'am.
Must have felt odd to play
Just
this and
you can
then
help
sometime
us
later,
out with a couple
like,
chiroglyphs.
introduce yourself to the 3rd grade version.
For every 2
Yeah,
packages you
the
help
third
me
grade
ship,
version I
will
only
give
knew
you
a little bit of
card.
because they
Read the
sometimes allowed
directions
us
on
to
the
play it
package
in the
tag.
computer lab.
Then use the
But
pin to show
of
the
course, the
parcel's
part that
correct
was always a bit of a
destination
bummer is
on the
that you
map.
never get enough time in the computer lab to actually beat one of those games, and they never saved your progress. Well, at least they never allowed us to, because the computers were designed to like erase the memory or whatever in a day for security
You are
reasons.
such a help to me.
All right, now what we got here? Natural hazard map.
This is not a coastal state.
It's not a coastal state. Faces the least natural disaster. So
Sending it.
no, Arizona. Don't know why you thought of Alaska. It's nowhere near it.
Hieroglyph, young adventurers.
So yeah, every 2 maps she gives us another hieroglyph.
All right.
More
Now,
packages.
Jordy, did you ever have any experience with this one?
No, I did not. The only ones I've played are the 3rd grade version and the 5th grade version.
My
and
customers will be
oh yeah,
delighted.
I did play the 6th grade one, but that was a little hard for me at the time. I've never played the 4th grade one.
Farther
Okay.
south than Poland.
San Francisco.
A hieroglyph, young adventurers.
Thanks.
This city is the Mountain Time Zone to the
Oh,
east of
Salt
Salt
Lake
Lake
City.
More
City.
packages.
Chicago, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
a little
Denver.
to the east.
Because you have to
Because it's
remember
still
they're
in
also
the-
in
this-
the... Huh?
Here you are, my
Yeah,
friend.
you're right. Yeah, still in the mountain zone.
No, you know what I
State
got
borders.
confused with? I got confused with what do you call it? I got Chicago City confused with Denver and Colorado. I was thinking
Excellent.
Colorado, but I just said the wrong continent.
No
Or
worries.
city.
All good, all good.
Mountain Time Zone to the west
I'm
of
all out of
Denver.
hieroglyphs, but I could still use your help.
Yeah, as you see here, basically, after a while, the question they don't have as many questions in the quote-unquote pool of difficulty 4. So again, it's intended that you would have played these starting at level 1, then move your way up to level 2, then level 3, and so on.
Is
But,
that horse towing that taxi?
yeah, he's a mechanic. Let him be. He's
Listen,
studied hard
listen,
for that.
listen. He earns his oats.
Well, I want to know is that it must be very difficult to perform mechanical engineering when you don't have actual hands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, hello. Why do you not have a shirt on?
I mean,
What have we here? Visitors.
Oh,
That
I
doesn't
know.
seem to
Looking for
that. I don't think that
hieroglyphs.
voice
Well, you've
entirely
come to the
fits
right
his
place.
frame.
Not
Read the
really,
question on the
no.
I think he's a
Then
fun
drag the
dude. I
stone
think
with the
he's
correct
fun. I
answer
think
from the
he is
wall
fun.
onto the slab.
Okay, if you think
You
he's
don't gotta be-
fun, we
you don't
will
gotta be so
judge.
defensive.
Two questions. I'll give
You have no idea what he's got behind that rock. He puts it down. He's got a whole party club he's working on. He's been constructing this like his dream job. Puts on a coat finally, and it's like shimmering with a disco ball. I can't judge that.
You are very wise for being so young. Here is a hieroglyph for you.
Granted, he'd probably be more physical dance-wise. I don't know if he'd have a good
And now,
party
a
MC.
new
with-
problem.
I don't know if he could do that with that voice, but it's still a fun dude.
also to answer your earlier question, I mean, considering this is warmer climate, and considering the kind of work he's got to do, I imagine it would probably just be better to
Excellent.
work while
Once
shirtless.
again,
That's fair.
That's fair.
It looks like the type of
but
labor
yeah.
he's doing is
This
very
one.
physically intensive anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you see here, this one's basically a reading comprehension question. You know, read the passage, take out the word that helps us. We actually will see this particular
Again, you succeed.
level
Well
return
done.
a few times in the franchise. They enjoy their reading
I'm
comprehension.
sorry, but I've fallen a bit short on hieroglyphs. Come back later. I may have some more.
That's nice.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now that that's done, let's go back to the old teaser.
Yep, because that's all 12 of the hieroglyphs we need.
Cool.
I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm going to try going down this path. And of course, if you ever need to backtrack to a level much faster than walking around, just click on Lap Trap and then just hit the map.
This here
And
is
bam,
a
you
map
just
of
click to any of
Cairo.
these
Hey,
things
kids!
To travel to other places
That
in
is
Cairo.
creepy.
As long as you've been to those places
That's his,
before.
what, just a disembodied old man head?
Yes! Oh, God.
Alright. It's all good. We got the hieroglyphs, dude.
We're back, mister, and we have 12 hieroglyphs.
Look at them.
Great. Give them all to me.
Okay.
And then he's gonna steal their money.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't trust this old man at all.
I think I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Just give him claptrap while you're at it.
12 hieroglyphs. Good work.
Oh no, wait, that was the backpack. For a minute, I thought it was Claptrap I was holding him.
Yeah,
I just chuck him at him.
here
You
it
take him
is.
out.
Here is your first clue.
All right, what we got?
Well, the stones
Out
are
of
made.
stone I am made, great secrets underlaid. What am I?
Cool.
I don't know.
I wonder what it means.
Is it the
I don't
lion?
know, but we're gonna find
And
out.
this is the part where
Come
now
on,
you'd have to say,
ClueFinders.
okay, whatever I just did the last 10 minutes, do that over again.
I've heard there's a great deal of archaeological activity in the area. Perhaps the
So that's
local
why we're going to
shopkeepers
instead
have
just cut
uncovered
over to
more
the cutscene break
hieroglyphs.
that we'd see and start going back and forth rapid style.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
there you are.
Meanwhile,
Professor, I trust your quarters are comfortable?
You have quite a wonderful dungeon, Loveless. 10th Dynasty of
Well, at least he's making the most of it.
Funny story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at least he's entertained.
Yes, yes, I've heard it. Now then, Professor, you must come with me. It's time we had a little talk.
Oh, nice. Shall we talk about Egypt?
Don't feign ignorance with me, Professor. You will answer my questions. You will.
I mean, I don't know. He may just be dumb.
I mean, he doesn't seem that smart
We're
just
back,
from first
mister,
impression.
And we have 12 Cairo.
So that I got 10 more hieroglyphs.
Give them all
You mean
to
12?
me.
12. Did I say 10?
Yes, you did.
Alright, I got all 12.
looks like somebody's been skipping out on his ClueFinders.
Listen, the math Adventures is the next game, and I still gotta figure out how I'm gonna edit or record that because that one has even...
Here's the
As much as
next
I remember
clue.
enjoying it, and I do think I still enjoy it,
An icon carved
it's
of
like,
ancient stone.
how to put this?
Missing only
Playing a
my
game for
rightful
Zen purposes is a
throne.
lot different from
Who am
playing it for
I?
recording purposes when you want to get a move on and show off
Cool,
useful
but
things.
That's
What does
true.
it
Which is
mean?
also why, ladies and gentlemen, why
Come
I
on,
know
ClueFinders.
Illusion
Let's
Island had
get
its
to
really big
Cairo.
update recently, though odds are good we're probably not going to be covering that anytime soon, considering it's mostly just added fluff, and also like the new mode they added on. Like, it's a good mode, but it's honestly something I wouldn't recommend like
Professor.
fully recording because it would take a
Where is
while.
the ring?
That's
And
fair.
what ring would that be?
You know what I'm talking about, Professor? The ring!
The
The
ring.
ring!
The
The
ring?
ring! Do not mock me, Professor!
Don't mock you.
You will tell me where to find the ring, otherwise your students will... Wait. Your students. Of course.
Uh-oh.
All right,
What's
Wario,
so
settle
funny?
down.
I do like that he's... I mean, you have to understand, like, having the flashlight
We're
right
back,
below his
mister,
face is
and we
really
have
convenient for
12
those shots.
hieroglyphs.
Right?
Great.
Just
Give them
imagine-
all
Johnny's
to
holding the
me.
flashlight himself.
Just like, wait.
Just shuffle them all just spread them all over the table just like that.
One second, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Continue, Hype.
No, I was just saying, like, the joke about him having the flashlight just makes me...
While I'm...
Oh, yeah, don't you dare.
Okay.
The joke about the
That's
flashlight, just imagine, where were you? Wait! Wait.
Here's the
He just
next
dawns
clue.
on him.
A lonely vigil, I guard the gate. 5,000 years, and still
Oh my
I
gosh,
wait.
can we just skip to the part where the
Where
clue
am I?
actually tells us what the clue is? There's a lot of pomp and
5,000-year-old
circumstance here.
stone
Hey, listen, let's just be thankful we don't have to decipher this shit ourselves.
Missing a throne.
Are we through now?
No, Laptrap. We've got to get the rest of these clues and find the professor. Let's go. Let's get going. I'll bet
Let's see
some of
how
those
the professor's
shopkeepers have
doing in the
more
last 30
hieroglyphs.
seconds, even though this movie took like 30 minutes.
Okay.
I'm back.
Find
Hello.
the
Welcome
children.
back.
Follow them. When the time is right, take the ring and bring it to me. Now go.
Yes, sir.
The time is
Go, my
fast
shadow plots.
approaching. Soon the whole world will know the name. Alistair Loveless the Third.
Oh no, that's gonna be really long to put on, like, you know, those cool little rubber bracelets.
We're back, mister, and we have 12
Yeah, I got 12
hieroglyphs.
more.
Well,
Down to
boy.
two of these.
Give them all to me.
I don't want to look at you.
You
Joey doesn't want to look at you. I don't want to look at you.
Nobody wants to see your wrinkly old face no more.
This is for our sake and your safety. Okay, fine.
Aha! Here's the next clue. by likeness I immortalize, and behind me my treasure lies.
Can we just get to the point?
Yeah, of course, it's gonna be the final one.
Let's go. There's one more clue to translate.
But hey, we'll get a nice change of scenery after we take care of this.
Thank
I
goodness.
hope those shopkeepers have found some more.
And we're only like a third of the way through, aren't we?
Technically,
Once I
yes.
have the ring, I can proceed with the ceremony.
Oh, are you getting married? How lovely.
I'm not getting married, you twit.
I'm not getting
I'm an
married.
evil man.
I'm asexual.
I'm up to no good.
I find the
Straight up says
concept of
I'm-
romance disgusting.
Is this anyway?
I should have said aromantic, not asexual. But same idea.
Yeah, good. I just love the fact that like he's just like, I have to call it out. I'm evil. I am doing a bad thing. And he's like, oh.
The power of Set.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
Yes, yes.
Oh my. This could be a problem.
You don't say.
Well, that's gonna be a problem right there. We can fix her up. We can get ourselves a prophecy and take care of that situation.
Now we cover up the
Give
ClueFinders.
them all to me.
Never mind.
Covering them shields them from his face.
They all just show up wearing...
Avert your gaze, children.
They just all show up wearing paper bags over their heads, including Socrates, including Laptrap floating with a
here's
paper
the
bag. This is for our safety. This is for our
The
well-being.
beard, then twice
There we
the
go.
knee, then the secret door.
forget,
Beard
like-
once, twice the knee.
Could you... is there an instance where you have to have
Hey,
every
that
part of the
sounds like
clue
something we
before you can do it, or could you technically do it at any time
clues are
if you know it
starting
in
to make
advance?
Right.
I'm sure there must be some flag that needs to be like set before it can. That and to its credit, that last line does change every time you play the game to like a different one of them. That's your that's your classic randomized, like the puzzles a little bit different. Which does make me think that after I tackle this, I should probably look into doing the humongous entertainment games.
Probably. Or you know what? Another thing that you could do, I think we talked about it here and there, some of the Scooby-Doo games that the Learning Company did, because they also did a bit of like randomizing with their playthroughs.
That's right. I could do the museum. I could do the mummy and the cowboy one.
Right, the cowboy one's the only one of them I played.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that was not a beard.
This must be the place the antique dealer told
Yeah,
us
it's like
about.
Let's get in there and take the next step toward
I didn't know that was a hat.
Professor.
It wasn't.
Oh, there's the blood.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry. Just idle animations that'll play occasionally. I think the other reason why this one was given to me was because in 4th grade that was like, I don't know if that's how it is always in the curriculum.
Oh,
but
wait.
that was like the
How'd you get here?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yes.
say.
How did he get here before us?
When you get to be 5,000 years old, you learn about a secret passage or two.
fair.
And you never thought to tell us about the secret passage?
Said the secret that would lead us to the
Did you
place.
say 5,000? I thought it was 500.
Patience.
No, he said 5,000 before.
Yeah, it's like, well, why didn't you tell us about the secret tunnel? Well, then you wouldn't have the joy of performing community service. It isn't helping your fellow man the most rewarding thing of all.
No.
I was gonna say it was because it was only fit to his the entrance only fit his proportions.
Kind of think
Don't ask how that works.
Kind of think that this dude's like 5,000 years old, but he's about as pale as freaking white bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to cartoons, unfortunately.
It's called staying indoors most of your life, kids.
Indoors, indoors, indoors.
So you may be wondering. So you may be wondering what classic classroom skill this taught children.
It looks like there's another scroll in
Well,
there.
let's look at the next part of the plot, everyone.
I mean, listen, it's a simple. It's literally just puzzle solving.
I can't read a word
Yeah.
of this. Can you help us out?
Kids these days, these are simple hieroglyphics. When did they stop teaching hieroglyphics in school?
I will
About
the simple one say.
4,000 years ago.
Well, it goes something like this. The threat to our land is deep and dark. Stopping it won't be a walk in the park. But you have proven worthy and wise. What a swell bunch of gals and guys. Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing,
When
mind
the
you.
pretender tries to take the throne, you won't be able to stop him alone. You'll find allies in a secret place on the Nile, but getting there may take you a while.
No.
You can't walk or fly there. You'll have to float. So get out of here and go south in a boat.
Well, it's just a
That has
boat.
to be the worst piece of poetry
They
I
kind of
have
build it up
ever
as if like that's the
heard.
worst poetry ever. It's like, I'm sure I could
you're the
find you
man.
worse
Let's go
poetry
find
in
a
like
boat.
5 minutes online. But
But I mean, being fair, this is before such poetry was commonplace online.
Yeah.
fair.
We're headed south.
all right,
and in
finally
a
open
hurry.
for business. Let's
Do
get
you have
ourselves a
we
boat.
can rent?
Sure do, but there's some assembly required.
What?
Assembly.
Naturally.
Here's what you gotta do.
Oh,
We have
Select
to
the parts
assemble
you
our
want from
boat
the
before we
sign.
leave.
You need one hull, one motor, and one sail.
Okay.
So
When you're
so
ready
do we
to
have a
go,
choice of this, or is
launch
it
the
something? It doesn't have to be super specific.
Give me the biggest one of everything. Go.
yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Honestly, that
Plenty
wouldn't
of
have been
spare
practical
parts.
anyway.
You can build another.
Yeah.
So basically it's supposed to be a little bit of trial and error. Like find something that's not too heavy, find something that has a lot of power. There's multiple answers, just as long as you find one that works
Whoa,
for,
that
that
was
works
glitchy.
under those conditions.
The boat's
Very
coming to a
Zumbini's
stop by
kind of
itself.
style.
And look,
So work your way
this
through
seems to be
logic.
a large obelisk
Yep.
behind those trees.
Ah,
right back.
second
That's the
major.
secret
Okay,
place
no,
in the
okay.
Nile.
Our
The
second
antique
major
man
hub,
mentioned.
Grand
Logan's
Egyptian
right.
obelisk.
ClueFinders,
Ooh,
let's
obelix.
dock this boat. Check it out.
No,
Ah.
obelisk.
Joy.
Shushing you. We'll get to that eventually on your server.
Hello, darlings. I
It's the
see
cat
you
from
have
earlier.
found your way to my palace.
And it talks.
The help
Well, sure, the
you
cat can
seek
talk, but the
lies
dog has to
within.
rely on inner monologues. I see
let's
how
go
it
in.
is.
I'd love
I
to
also
let
love the
you
fact that
through.
at this
But
point, maybe
first,
because of the whole
there
Monkey
is the
Kingdom stuff in
small
the
matter
previous
of
game,
the palace doors.
they don't even like.
As
I
you
kept
can
thinking I was
see, they are
misremembering this
covered with
correctly.
lovely
Or I was
gems set in
misremembering it.
beautiful patterns.
They just
But
never
some of
question the
gems
talking
were
cat now.
stolen by
They're
the
never like,
vile
hold on,
mice
like.
in
I mean,
this area.
when you help out a bunch
Why
of
don't you go and
like
get them
creatures that are like
Well,
badly based on
darling,
the Beatles, so
these
I imagine a
mice
whole
are
lot of things
little
don't surprise you.
bizarre. They seem
That's
to be
fair.
convinced that they are ancient Egyptians.
I mean, there's
and
talking
spend
plants,
their days
talking
building
monkeys,
pyramids and
there's
columns and such.
The
They
Mathra
are a
creature.
little too
The Matha
weird
creature,
for me.
all the weird robots
Don't
that
be such a fraidy cat.
Let
people
me
in Mathra,
propose
the,
a bargain.
No,
the
no.
If you get
Numerians,
those
that was it,
awful
yeah.
mice to give you back the
Anyway,
stolen gems.
So to quickly sum
and
up this area,
use
not
them to
hieroglyphs.
complete
Now
the
we're looking
pattern on
after
each
1,
of
2,
my
3,
5
4, 5,
doors.
6, 7, 8,
I
9,
will
10. We're
open
still
the
12,
doors
but this
for
time we're
you.
looking for 12 gems
When you
from
have
the
repaired
mice.
all 5
The cat would have
doors,
eaten the
you
mice,
can enter the
but she
palace.
doesn't like the taste of weirdo because
like
these
a
mice
plan to
all
me.
think that they're
Let's go
ancient
see those
Egyptians
mice.
still.
It's just I'm allergic to nuts.
Exactly.
What be
I
this?
need to watch that movie again. Egyptian talking cat that we're going to be helping out by finding 12 gems from mice who think that they are ancient Egyptians, which is why cat don't want to go eat.
I see.
Well, then how the heck does she? What does she live off of?
I mean, she's a talking cat. I imagine there must be some other natural means that she has.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
All right, let's go see what our first Egyptian mice is like.
My goodness.
Can we help
Some
you?
of them look like they're less pretending to be ancient Egyptians, more so they're getting themselves ready for a beach party.
I was gonna say a frat house.
Hello?
I just noticed, like, the three in the upper left.
Yeah,
kinda look
I
like the
caught on
Stooges.
too. There's three stooges.
Yeah. I forget who the guy with the glasses is meant to be based on.
I don't think it's based on anything in particular.
Kind of a missing opportunity. They didn't just base them off Shemp.
Oh, that would have worked.
You're not
Yeah, Leslie
Shemp.
here
You're
needs
not
to
even
help.
Curly Joe.
So here, Leslie is helping the mice figure out, what is the, cardinal direction, counting units of squares to get them to the cheese.
All right, you rodents, spread out.
Off they go. Any second now.
Yay.
Oh, you are the clever one. Here's a gem.
I know I've heard that kind of
Nope.
dialect or tone from that kind of character before. I just don't know what the name of it would have
Are we
been.
done? Not yet.
It's not Tom Kenny. It's not like.
It sounds Kenny-esque.
Yeah, it does.
I could accept that. Fine. Kenny esque. Northeast and 246A 6 north, 246 east, and then 246A southeast. Really fun fact, or really fun weird thing that happened is that I've not been googling or searching up anything on any like online stuff about these kind of games because again, once I found that I downloaded them and went from there because it's abandonware. And then suddenly, like on TikTok and on like Twitch the other day, I swear I'm seeing people starting to stream these old edutainment games more often. Which, like, I mean, I'm not against it. I like that. I like that there's this like. I like that there's this like growing interest in them. I just hope that people don't think that now I'm trying to copy them when like I had the idea for it. No, I just want people to know that completely independent of all that was my decision to try these games out because, especially after I found the archive post that like had everything just right there for me to look at.
Yeah, I mean, just call it as it is. It's a cosmic coincidence.
Let's get a move on.
Just stare and dream.
Stare and dream.
And then we're back around. Oh my gosh. There we go. There's our 3 done for this mission. Enjoy.
Just be thankful we won't be seeing any more repeats.
I'm fresh out of gems, but I know you're wonderful. You'll work for free,
Doug
right?
Boyd is the map mouse.
I might have heard that name before. I'm just having a hard time placing what else he's been.
I think he was also the pilot in the 3rd game.
Maybe.
The voices sound familiar, anyway.
Let me see who's voiced. He voiced Nelson.
Greetings! I am the great artist of this land. I have just drawn a masterful hieroglyph here. You can help me by making a sentence to describe my drawing.
Yeah, Joni will take care of that. But yeah, according to this, he was Nelson Tethers in the Puzzle Agent series. Main character. He was the elf Slushy who becomes a vampire in Devil's Playhouse.
That's right.
So I keep forgetting that there's a lot of bleed over between Telltale actors and these edutainment actors.
Oh, he's Specs, of course, and the president.
You made me mess up.
Which also means he was Smiley Bone.
Oh, that's right. No, wait. Oh, you said Smiley Bone for me. I thought you said Phony Bone. I was like, no, that's Andrew Jacob.
Every time you complete 2 sentences, you will
let's see.
earn a
Doug
gem.
Boyd filled in for Robin Williams in Fern Gully 2.
Huh.
Oh, interesting. He was in King's Quest 7, the animated one, called The Princeless Bride. King's Quest is another series I'm curious if I should ever try. They're basically like, imagine point-and-click adventure games with far more opportunities to just die.
Magnifique.
Yeah, I think I remember those. Because those were made by Sierra, weren't they?
Masterpiece.
Yes. Sierra.
And yeah, I
want to say most of those games were pretty much made before LucasArts really started getting big with their point and clicks, and also applying the whole rule of you never really can die. So just keep going until you finish it.
I remember just talking about like the old point and clicks. There's one I remember years ago. It might have been Sierra, or it might have been an entirely different studio that made it. But it was like a point and click where you're in this fairy tale world, and you had to help like fill in the endings for all these different fairy tales.
Your sentences are as good as my drawings.
It was a point and click adventure game, you say?
Another one.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm curious about that. And let me see. Is it called Fairy Tale: A True Story?
Let me look it up myself.
As a duo, we are magnific.
If I see the visuals, I know exactly what
bird
it
must
looks
fly,
like. Or
so I must
I'll know if it's the game or not.
Let me see. Because I'm looking into this. Just this one here is not my favorite of the games in this hub, so I'm just
just because it looks like you gotta do a lot of them.
Okay, so Fairy Tale's a True Story. I see it as a movie, but it's not what I'm looking for.
Now I'm all out of gems.
Try Mixed Up Fairy Tales.
Let me see real quick.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Moving on.
Check the other side. luck.
A fork in the road. Where do we go?
Hey, dude.
Oh, hello.
What you building?
I'm not a dude, I'm a mouse, see? And we're building a pyramid, one sentence at a time,
That's what Owen's dealing
see?
with now.
And we could use some giants like you.
Fine.
Yeah.
Looking up syllables and
How much does
making
the
matching
job
words.
pay?
Or synonyms
Don't worry
and
about that,
fitting
kid.
structure.
You'll earn a gem. Okay,
I'm not
now,
gonna lie,
a
I thought
couple
that
of
was
the
a
stones
woman.
in this sentence are wrong.
It's
Fit
the
stones with
lips,
the
isn't it?
correct words into the sentence,
Just
see?
the overall body in general.
That's fair. It's like a curled lip. I know it's something. So did that one look about right, Hype, or nah?
You're doing all right, see? Keep this
It
up and you'll
looks
go places,
Similar
kiddos.
enough.
All right, bring on the blocks. There's
Like,
no time to
I'll
lose.
have to look at. I'll have to look up like video footage of it later just to make sure.
Okay. Trust me, especially after I finally got
Right,
that
what's so
answer
bad
of
in
mine,
this
like
business
taken
so
care
far?
of
Yeah.
by. After I figured out that answer to that one entertainment game I've been looking for like years, like I want to help people. I know the feeling of like, oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What was it? It's been years.
All right,
I want to try and
bring
help
on the
people find
blocks.
and
There's
rediscover
no
that
time
stuff.
to lose.
Yeah.
That long. One more of these ought to do it. Hey!
All right, step it up. No vacation.
I just
see?
call it Morningstar, even though it is actually a planet.
Not a bad gig, eh? I'm impressed, yeah.
That's how you do.
They're little, but they've got what it takes, yeah.
And there you go. Again, another bit of the hub taken care of.
Hey, I got a little problem. I'm temporarily out of gems, see? I may have some more later, but if you want to stay and help, that's okay with me, yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer. I like free labor as much as the next guy. Yeah.
I won't ever say no to that now. Here, now. Anyway, okay, last one. Who could this be?
Hey, you're right on time. I'm fixing nothing. Master builder. This palace is going to be state-of-the-art. 10 floors, 50-car garage, 250-watt stereo system, an ancient Egyptian temple with all the modern amenities.
Honestly, I'm down to see that.
If that's what you want.
To help me build a column, drag the column.
Okay,
pieces
so again,
from
a
the
little bit of
ground
math.
onto
Add the
column
decimals
base.
together. Make sure they equal the
You need
decimal
to
on
build
the
a column
on the
that's
blueprint over
exactly
there.
the height shown on the blueprint. Build 3 columns and earn a gem. Hey, pretty cool, huh?
Okay, we're gonna do that. So this plus 7, slap.
Now that's quality craftsmanship.
Then we're gonna need a 4. At the very least, I think what I appreciate is that there's also a bit of visual like scale to this, so that if you want to know if you're on the right track, look to see how close it is to the ones on either side.
Yeah, that'll help.
You are saving me time.
Alright, that's one down.
Aw, now they're destroyed.
Okay, one more time.
Okay, 6 inches.
You seem,
so.
it was like you seem pretty unfazed. Fix them up in that
most
the pillars we just spent like
0
30 years
inches
worth of like
Oh, never
salary
mind.
on, and
Whoa, you
I
can
mean,
build your
what are
own
the odds he's actually paying attention to all those pillars?
this is one really good cup of coffee. Like,
Put this in a safe place like that.
doesn't even turn around and notice. Oh,
Honestly, it's funny because I almost didn't even see it as a cup of a mug of coffee at first. I almost mistook it for a weirdly designed hammer.
You have done a gem.
I sure do.
cartoony larger mallets.
I sure do love my morning hammer.
Just smacks himself on the head. Now I'm ready for the work day.
He just sips the mallet head as if it were a mug.
Hey, most excellent.
And you.
Yay.
Here, you earned it.
And there we go. The gems are done, and thus I can show. That's the end of our
you
time
can
with these
still help,
entertainment
but,
games.
I won't
Again,
be able to pay you.
not the worst. Some of them I found a little bit more tedious than others. Santiago, let's get out of here. Let's get back to the temple or the obelisk.
Let's go deliver them shiny jewels.
This here is a map of the Nile Kingdom. You can use it to travel to other places in the Nile Kingdom.
kind
as
of a
long as
barren
you've been
place,
to those places
but
before.
okay.
I mean, we are in a desert, so...
Yeah.
Alright, so this one's at least a little more engaged, is as opposed to before where we needed to have the hieroglyphs and just drag them onto the old geezer, which by the way, last we ever see that dude. Here there's an additional step of now we need to also do pattern recognition and make sure that the gemstones are put into sequence so that they all line up with how they should be.
Right.
So it should go round gem, then diamond on this. Oh, that's right, because it snakes, so that's still fine. And then it should go horizontal and round gem, which means it would then go vertical next, horizontal, then horizontal, and the sparkle says, okay, done.
Well, there you go.
How magnificent! You have unlocked the first door.
You know, we finally saw that
there
Crisis
are
on
only
Infinite Mirths now that
4
Jody was
more
reminding
to
me
go.
with the Schnitzel impression.
You'll
Like,
need 12
it was a decent
gems
it was a decent
from
little
those
episode. I thought it was a
horrid
neat little
mice
tribute.
for the
Like,
next one.
didn't feel too like, you know,
when you have
pandering
the
or
gems
like
you need to repair
mocking
the
the
door.
original stuff.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's still just your typical Jellystone chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile...
The time is fast approaching, Professor. Soon my minions will return with the ring, and the power of chaos
He doesn't even realize his minions never left.
Which is what?
Control
How long do you think he's gonna notice?
Can you? You're tangling with forces beyond your comprehension.
Nonsense, my dear Professor. I comprehend just fine. With the power of Set at my side, the world will
Professor's like,
soon
oh,
rule
look
the
at this
day
little
they
guy,
ever
so
heard
sweet.
Of me.
He's
Such a,
taking it just fine.
look at... And meanwhile, he laughs.
You need to close your mouth. You
I
can't
think-
laugh that long, dude.
I think they accidentally kept in 2 takes instead of 1. Oh.
Or they...
There we go.
I swallowed my mint.
Fair enough.
Oops.
Well, that's what you
Okay.
get.
We're back, and we
Now we got multicolored gems.
Yeah,
Ah.
and again,
Take
from
the
here on out,
gems
going to
from
trim
your
out the fad of going
and
for all
use
of
them to
the
complete the
all the gems
pattern
each
on the
time, because
door.
again, that never
That's
changes, just the
all you
difficulty.
need to do.
All right, let's move this here.
Well, that should honestly make things a little bit easier, just because now you got, you know, the different colors to work with.
I mean, yeah, that's true. It makes it definitely a little more like recognizable what to do.
Exactly. Like, we always know that you pair the red, and like you pair the blue, like you do the yellow, then the green, then the blue, then the red, and then just keep going from there.
One after the other after the done.
Darlings, you are truly fantastic. You've
Meanwhile,
managed to
Santiago
repair
eats on his
the
never-ending
second
sandwich.
door.
Oh,
I'm afraid
I
you
have
need to go back
700
to
of
those
these.
dreadful mice to gather up 12 more gems.
Like,
No,
have
we're
you
not.
ever,
The
have you
third
ever,
door
have you ever
stands
tried
even
a
deeper
regenerating
inside.
sandwich?
Come back
Like it
when
never
you have
ends.
the gems you need.
That would be the magic he would use, absolutely. Okay, let's go in.
Go.
Deeper
I said
into
go
the
in.
temple.
No,
Meanwhile-
I don't want to go in.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
This would have happened outside at some point.
Dud. Dud. Dud.
Boss, it won't come off.
You're supposed to pull off the ring, not her arm.
Oh, what the?
Basically, what we talked over is that they actually said a little cute little rhyme about how they literally just commanded the ring to come off.
Oh. Well, at least your finger ain't gonna chafe no more.
It was like Saya Suya Sing, come to Papa little ring.
We're back,
That
and we
just
have
worked.
all 12 gems.
Just take the gems from your backpack and use them to complete the pattern on the door. That's
Looks like this
all
time we
you
only
need
just
to
have 2 patterns to worry about.
Ah, I'm not gonna like this. Okay, one after the other. After the other. And
1, 2,
then
buckle my shoe.
3, 4.
Before there's gems on the door.
You ever imagine, like, if the ancient Egyptians had shoes, they would use these highly expensive jewelry as their shoe buckles?
Possibly.
You know, I could see that. I could believe that the Egyptians used to ride the obelisks for miles.
and they're still in great shape.
That's long-lasting craftsmanship.
You will need 12 more gems from those awful rodents to open the next one.
Can't we just go in the little cat door you got every time you use this?
No, you cannot.
Doesn't look like it'd fit them all.
What have we here?
And the guard dogs have not been fed yet in a while.
Well done,
so
sorry about that.
We'll take care of it.
You're
good.
Now, quickly, return to the tomb and prepare the ancient contraption of chaos. Soon, the ceremony begins.
What kind of ceremony?
Not the ancient contraption of chaos.
Yeah, fun fact, we have no idea what the contraption of chaos does. It just looks cool, I guess.
Oh, I mean, there's there's chaos in the name.
Am I?
You know, when you watch those cutscenes back to back to back to back to back, the laugh does get a little infectious. I want to see what he does with the power of chaos.
Just take the gems from your
chaos
and use them to complete.
He's gonna
the
take
pattern
over
on
all
the
the
door.
Skylanders with the power
all
of
you need to do.
chaos.
Not yet. Not until Doug and I get a chance to practice.
Speaking of which, we probably should get around to starting that practice soon.
An invitation?
Would you be interested in joining for us with us on that if we ever get around to it, Jordy?
Sure, why not?
I don't know if you ever played the Skylanders games.
Actually, I have.
What
yes,
bold
what do you call
adventurers
it? I
you
owned the
are.
first game.
Only one
and
more
I
door
think the
to
other
go.
three. I don't remember, but
I'm
I
afraid
definitely
you'll
remember
need to go back
chaos.
to those
Oh, for sure.
repugnant
Richard
mice
Horvitz,
to
what's not
gather
to
up
love?
12 more gems.
Yes, yes.
Alright, one more door to get through.
You got this, man.
You know what that means.
Oh, finally a new scene.
Prepare for the ceremony.
Yeah, 'cause now they're getting ready for the big ceremony.
Ancient contraption of chaos.
Ugh, no.
Oh, yes.
No! Yes!
Gears in place. This pyramid, long buried underground, will rise from beneath the tomb.
You gotta love how Charles knows how to roll an R too.
Yeah.
Yeah?
To conduct the ceremony.
Wasn't he part Italian?
I will be the most
No.
He's part French though.
villain on
Oh, okay.
And he does love a good chuckle.
As
I
we've
hate
no
to break
doubt
this to
seen.
you guys, but I actually have to get going now. Tell me all about this, okay?
Okay.
Dang, you're gonna miss the epic twist.
I know.
There's
I'm
never
sorry. I have work
Okay.
tomorrow.
That's
No
all you
worries.
need to do.
Well, thank you for
Alright,
joining
we'll
us,
catch
though.
you up to speed then.
Of course. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. Dang. And it was gonna get really weird too-ish in a second or two. Yeah, we'll take care of this. Now we have two little parallel patterns. Nothing too crazy yet. Yeah, if I were to do the if I were to do
my
the
young
math
friends.
game,
You may now
that one could probably be our
enter
shortest
the
one yet. It
palace.
would basically
But
just
what
be
you see
watching cutscenes
inside
because
may
there's only
surprise
like
you.
8 minigames and you do them like each one after the
Come
other.
on,
I
Laptrap.
see.
You know that after all this work, there has to be something good in there for us.
Well, let's check it out.
Let us see what we got.
Let us see how we close this chapter of our lives. Oh.
Oh, it's a little dark. We'll just go down here.
The ancients have set forth
Oh.
their challenge. None but the worthy and wise may cross
You know,
the river.
the crocodiles on the Nile
Crocodiles.
were not quite what I imagined them to
Across
be.
that stretch of river. I guess we couldn't jump it, huh?
I mean, I was not ready for
remember
the
reading
ancient
that some
alligator
ancient
god to
civilizations used
be
to
such a
build their
chill-sounding
bridges in
dude.
Yes, that's it. Each of those crocodiles has a piece of a bridge on their head. If only we could find a way to knock those crocs into the water.
Well, we
Hey,
could use this massive
that ancient
alligator
mechanical
cannon,
device.
specifically
I bet
designed
we
for
could
hitting
use it to
alligators
lower the
upside the
statues
head,
into the
what
river.
to teach them a
Just
lesson.
drop in a ball.
Listen, I'm just doing a job. You don't
sure
have to
it's as
take it
simple
out
as
on the
that?
employer.
Well, let's give it a shot. See what happens.
Bad. Basically,
It's not
he's the
quite
manager.
that
I'm just
easy,
gonna
immortals.
have him watch me
First,
blast his
you'll need to
employees.
move the launcher to the right position. Then
And here I am just
you
thinking to
must
myself,
use the
when
right
will the
force,
misappropriation
angle, and
end?
mass. To start, choose a ball
One
and place
after
it in
the
launcher.
next. And the next day.
Use
And
the
the
up and
next
down arrows to
Will
choose an
this
angle.
endless
Then click
cycle
along the track
end?
to move the launcher to the left or right. Finally,
They clearly shaved their
plunger to
crocodiles.
set the correct force. Then release the plunger to launch the ball.
Giant,
If the ball hits the
giant
target on the
alligator
statue,
god.
the
Only
statue will
pawn
lower
of
into the river,
is
leaving
pawn
a
in Game
piece
of
the
Life.
bridge.
Only pawn in Game of Life. Jeez. Okay. So again, a little bit of trial and error. There is no sensibility to this. Just kind of like, you know, you have to like combine both of, okay, where is it aiming? How heavy of a weight are you loading into this thing? What angle you're going to fire from, and how much force you're going to give? Nope.
Oh,
ow.
His snoot.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's try the higher. Nice.
An impressive performance.
At the very least, they're all evenly they're all evenly like spaced apart. So just, you know, now just go every other one, every other space. So from here, lower that down. Let's try this one again. Lucky 7's been helping me out.
Oh,
not quite.
Higher. Let's try 6.
There you go.
Not quite a direct hit. 5? No, 5 just went way off. What the hell?
I think you gotta raise it up a little more.
Okay, now. Okay, 6 worked a little bit before. Come on!
Don't worry, we got an endless supply.
60?
Oh, are you? Don't think of it. Are you even on the right spot?
No, I definitely am. Now, don't you yawn at me. I'm figuring this out.
Give
I don't
him a
know,
break.
like 4? No.
Well, you hit that one.
Maybe I don't need to put as much force.
There you go.
Okay. I'm sorry. I see a pinball plunger. It's my inherent nature to pull that sucker back as far as it can. Woo! Nope, not hard enough.
Come on, that hit in the center, yeah.
I agree. Needs to probably be a little bit heavier, a little bit harder. Try again.
Try again, sport.
No. Is it 5? Oh, sorry. A heavy one.
Oh.
Let's try a little bit lower and do that one more time. Okay.
I mean, it hits the shield.
Edge.
This thing is hella big.
Whoa.
I can't be that far because then I can't pull the plunger that far because then I hit the edge of the screen. Okay, 6.
I mean, you're clearly hitting the center of the shield. I don't know why it's not counting.
There we go. Sheesh. Just the entire time, just the entire time, the dude's just like jiggling the handle, trying to get it to work like a carny game
I'm
owner.
feeling something big is waiting just on the other side.
And thus.
Wow. Let's go.
Thank you, Joni. All right, we're gonna go inside. We're gonna go to the very tip top of the obelisk, and it is now time to see the part where this gets a little weird.
Wow. What is this place?
Remember the obelisk on top of the palace?
Yeah.
I believe we're now inside it. That's crazy. We'd never fit inside that thing.
You know, you would if it was magic.
Oh.
All right. What is going on?
Oh,
God. Kids, welcome to our palace.
It's just.
We're like really happy to see you, man.
Hey, Sobek. Hey, Bra. Hey,
Ooh, you better tell
Ashtet.
him, Horace. Yeah,
I think Iris or Isis or something.
Okay. We've been checking you kids out. You've got spunk.
I'm telling you, man, each of you has intense gifts within you.
Yeah?
Yeah, and since you've got a big battle with the forces of chaos coming up, we're gonna enhance your gifts by giving you special
Couldn't you guys, the gods, fight chaos?
We'd fight the
Technically, it's not allowed. It's in the rules, you see.
Anyway, you wacky kooky kids, get ready, cause here it comes. Owen, flight.
Oh.
Leslie, intelligence.
You mean to tell me they weren't smart already? What the?
Johnny, bravery.
I think he was already braver about that. Laptrap has some red-looking eyes right now, though, I will say.
This is so weird.
Hey, nice spending time with you. Good luck.
It's the only time it ever happens, but again.
They become superheroes.
Look at the palace.
And of course, now the ancient god Chaos is about to wreak havoc upon the world, unless the sudden demigods known as the ClueFinders can get to work.
That's right. We're going to save the day with violence.
Santiago, you know you don't gotta ball your fists up like frickin' Arthur everywhere you go.
Guess we won't be getting back out that
I mean,
way.
with his kind of newfound strength, why wouldn't he?
Just take such strides. Hey.
Well,
what have we here? Looks like a group of fresh young heroes. Unfortunately, I already had a hero sandwich for lunch. Who are you people, anyhow?
We're the ClueFinders.
You a Groucho Marx
We're gonna stop the forces of chaos.
Get out of here.
No, really.
No, really. Get out of here. But to get out, you're gonna have to open the door by choosing
Just
the
some
secret
simple
answer.
multiple choice
Read the
word
question
problems.
on the door, then place the
Heck
marker
with
slot
that,
in the
you
slot
can
next
just
to the correct
you can just
answer.
punch through it.
That sounds simple enough.
Charge through and use your head.
I've been doing this for
I
thousands
want
of
to see
years,
the
and I
eventual
still
Death
don't
Battle
understand it.
episode featuring the ClueFinders, where they take into account the time that they were gifted the powers of Egyptian gods.
I would I would unironically love that episode.
So long.
Who would
and
we
remember
who
to
would we
use
pit them
caution.
against?
Caution comes in four
Mystery
times.
Gang?
No, Carmen Sandiego.
Well, hold on. What's that whole organization dedicated to actually
stopping Carmen
saving...
Sandiego?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Acme.
Oh God.
Hey, haven't
They're called
you
Acme?
seen me before?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What does it stand
in fact,
for
I'm
now?
not sure I'm seeing you now. You
I
might
know
be
it's an
something
acronym. I forgot what it means, though.
Let's see. Agency to classify and monitor evildoers. Are you talking about from the Netflix show?
Well, no, it's been
You kids
it's a
solved
thing
this
in the
one with
actual
style.
series
There's
as
more
well.
than I can say for the decor.
Ah. Fair enough.
Yeah, because like the whole backstory is that like Carmen was originally an Acme agent as well before she went rogue.
Why did she go rogue? Was it for the highest bidder? Was it for the highest bidder?
We must
Well, it's
be
because she
going
got
around
bored
in
of being a good
circles.
guy.
Actually, I'd say you were going around in a pyramid.
I mean, you know what? That's fair. You know, everyone needs a hobby.
I mean, listen, being a goody two shoes is something you should do if you want to, you know, be. It pays to be a good person, but it doesn't pay enough.
Congratulations. I don't think
I
I've
just
ever
Why do you think there's so
seen
many? Why do you think
a
there's so many
brilliant
scumbags in the
performance.
world
Now move along
today?
so I can rehearse my speech for the next group of
Yeah.
young adventurers.
Can I really quick tell you a bit about the Carmen Sandiego like series? Why it's funny to me.
Why?
So,
Sure.
oh, actually, first we'll get to our next big game. So after you do a couple of that Sphinx's puzzles, by the way, you're gonna be seeing more of that guy usually in gameplay repetition. Now we gotta play a crossword
Oh boy.
to practice spelling.
Where's the road? Road.
Hello, young mortals. Welcome to the chasm of
Who are you calling mortal?
Thoth, embodiment of knowledge.
Hey, Thought basically just
I
voiced
remember
like
reading
the
about you
Cheshire
in
Cat
my
from American
Egyptian
McGee's
mythology
Alice.
book.
Thank you, Roger.
It is good that you are well read, for you will need to use
Anyway,
your
just do some
full
spelling for this.
mastery of
Anyway, so
language
Carmen
to
Sandiego's funny because
overcome
it's like
this
the first
obstacle.
game, Where in the World, of
You
course, you know,
will
classic.
need to
Then it was Where in the
spell
USA,
words.
why not? Practice the
Pick up
States.
the letter
Then it was
tiles
Where in
from the
Europe
ground
is Carmen
and
San
place
Diego,
them
you know,
upon
all the
the
different
empty
countries. That's
spots
fair.
on the bridge over the chasm.
We're gonna skip one of those games for a second for comedic purposes. Then there was Where in Time is Carmen San Diego, you know, learn historic events. Fair
Spelling
enough.
our way out of
Carmen San
trouble?
Diego in Japan,
This is
that
going
could
to
help
be
bring all the
great.
different prefectures and stuff
Spell this
or whatever.
word. Circular.
Where in
Botanist
America's
calculates
past
the
is Carmen
age
San
of a
Diego?
tree by
More
counting
education.
the
Where in
circular
space is Carmen
rings
San
in the
Diego?
cross-section of its
Do you want to know the name of the one that I
Circular.
skipped over?
What's up?
What's it called?
Where in North Dakota is Carmen San Diego?
North Dakota.
The entire fourth game is dedicated solely to North Dakota.
I mean, what is that? Is that the place where like the developers reside in?
Likely.
Of the ages.
I am curious. In
Now
contrast,
spell this word.
okay, so apparently what happened was,
The scientist
as opposed to
exclaimed,
Broderbund, who
"Eureka,
did a
I
lot
have
of the other
found it."
games,
Exclaimed.
North Dakota's was. It is kind of funny reading this out of context because clearly it's referring to the game, but I love the sentence. North Dakota was largely developed for the Apple II by a team of 14 educators led by a computer coordinator. The entire state.
These difficult challenges.
They were collectively known as the
further
North Dakota
demonstrate your
Database
knowledge,
Committee,
try
who made this
this
game a
word.
reality.
Monotonous.
Yeah.
The landscape of the Sahara.
I will say though, just going back to that lineup, I think the only one of those games I've ever like played and beaten from beginning to end was probably Where in Time.
I mean that's a classic, of course. I remember I remember one where it was just around the time they started doing more animation and less FMV, and there was like, I just remember it was like, it was creepy because like you had to be like in these villains' lairs or whatever, and you actually were on a hidden. Thank you, baboons. And you actually were on a hidden time limit to do whatever you needed to do in the room and then get out before the person came back, and you could actually see them like arrive if you weren't fast enough.
Finally deciphered this ancient script in 1799. Obvious.
Let's see. So according to this, they made the North Dakota one because North Dakota was celebrating its centennial, like since it became a state, and
truly.
Although 5,000 school copies were sold, the game has now become extremely rare. So far, only 3 retail copies are known to exist in the world.
Caravans travel across the desert today, much as they did thousands of years ago.
Thankfully, the game was saved from the memory hole of history by a video game historian named Frank Savaldi. The Video Game History Foundation.
Must be wise indeed to solve
that was back in 2017.
Difficult challenges.
Unfortunately, if I'm correct, the way the Video Game History Foundation works is that we don't get to play anything. It's just to hold on to the code in case we ever do need to.
I've got to stop this. You will do no such thing. Seize him! Oh dear.
Too short, dude.
Stop me now, Professor.
The first 2 games in the History Foundation were Secret of Monkey Island and LeChuck's Revenge.
That's cute.
Very fitting.
Begin the ceremony.
That can't go well.
Boy, better hurry up.
And now again, I'm skipping through a lot of the stuff. You've seen the Groucho Marx things. You've seen Thoth doing the whole like crossword stuff. At this point, the game's practically won. So we're just gonna get there.
Or animals.
Animals. Did you say anime?
I thought I was about to spell animate at first.
I can, okay, that's fair. I can see that. All right, 1 down. And
This ring gives me the power to command you. Awake, Set, and grant me the power of ultimate chaos.
Just imagine someone reanimating this whole cutscene, but with Wario.
Surprised it hasn't been done yet. That's like something Christomorph would have done.
Yeah.
Bum.
Uh-oh.
Actually, it just it does that, but instead of that, the end as it just fades away. Oh my god!
Dude.
Oh no! Now you give me an idea of what to do later. You'll see. Anyway.
Oh no.
For now, Set's gonna awaken.
Oh. Well.
Thanks for the ring, you puny man. People like you give chaos a bad name. And now, I grow fatigued by your foolishness.
Oh. That's messed up.
Yep. We'll have to deal with that.
You know what? For that guy, it's probably the most probably the biggest mistake he's ever made in his life. For Wario, that's just a Tuesday.
For me, it was Tuesday.
This was where it all began.
And then 5 minutes later, I got better.
All right, there we go. Game's going.
Oh my god.
What have we here? Even punier humans.
Hey, who are you calling human?
Yeah,
Just a minute. You can't mummify me, Set. I am your master. I command you to...
Yes, yes, yes. I grow fatigued.
Oh, goodbye.
That's it.
And now
damn, that's a really grisly way to go.
Hey, big bully. You don't scare us. We're here to stop you.
How are we gonna do that, Joni?
Yes. How indeed do you propose to do that, my friend? I am, after all, Set. I am chaos.
That's fair.
And you must do as I say, for I am very big.
There's more to it than just you being big,
For
sir.
I am very big.
Do you want to see how we died? I mean, he makes a good argument.
He's not factually wrong.
Just punch him.
That's right. Joni, you distract him.
I don't...
What?
I don't know why you would tell him, hey, I'm going to distract you. Okay, but only if you insist.
Ready, buddy? Alley.
And then he lifts him up.
Santiago, push those pistons back in.
To undo the chaos contraption.
You distracted me.
Oh.
What the? Oh, okay.
And if that doesn't work, push a statue on him. Or I could just bonk him on the head with his stick.
It's a really big...
I feel like we missed something in all that action.
Oh, there we go. And done. Yeah, I feel like those powers weren't used as well as they could have been used.
Right?
There we go.
Me?
Inconspicuous.
He didn't want to be in cargo. Ah, well.
Yeah, we stopped that set dude, but good.
And the artifacts were all recovered and returned to their rightful places.
Perfect.
Including the ring.
And the scroll.
Right. And I guess Alistair Lovelace won't be bothering Egypt or us again.
Socrates, a man died.
It'll be too soon
Oh.
the day I see
Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Yeah, same with Rimburger, or whatever his name was from the third game. The villain probably isn't gone for good.
I just love the fact that airport security paid no mind to the literal corpse in a trench coat boarding the plane.
Or that rancid corpse smell.
Actually, I'm just very ugly.
Your help enabled the ClueFinders.
Right.
Nice choice of wording there, game.
Again, different times. They didn't think too hard. They didn't think too hard about it. I didn't have no godlike powers. I didn't know about them. So there you go. That was it. That was 4th grade. What'd y'all think?
I mean, I'll give it credit in that it does look like a genuine step up from the 3rd grade game.
Yeah, and I will
Otherwise,
say,
I do sort of agree though that maybe all that repetition wasn't for the best.
yeah, they're going to improve. They're going to improve in some areas. Kind of.
Well, Terry McGovern was fixing a pin.
Oh.
Yeah, I could hear it.
All right. But yeah, that's kind of. Oh, you know, that was Launchpad, right?
Yeah, that was the OG Launchpad.
Yeah, you know, I could hear that now for him. Freaking construction dude. Okay. But yeah, there's going to be some things that they'll improve. There'll be some things that they kind of found not to say a rut, but they found a gameplay loop and they kind of stuck with it. Yeah, I'm getting a little tongue tied here. Hype, you go.
Fine, I'll go then.
No,
Not like that.
Not like that.
But yeah, it looks fun. About as fun as the other ClueFinders go. I feel like in terms of like escalation, I don't know if I'm as on board with how far they went compared to the third one, but I do agree that aside from that leap of logic, that it does seem like a more solid game compared to 3rd grade.
Yeah, that's fair. So unfortunately, in terms of repetition, if we're trying to avoid that, the next game is about to probably be the worst it ever gets. But that's only bad for me because I have to be the one who records it. But like, we're talking like genuinely, I may have to cut out like multiple, like 2 to 3 hours worth of things because
2
it's
to 3 hours, Jesus Christ.
Well, because it's the same because effectively the math. Okay, so to quickly sum up, the math adventure game when we get to it, there is a whole mystery going on, and it's up to you to discover and find the relics that have been stolen from this ancient like village, like up in like the Himalayas somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
it's like, okay, that's fine. I can work with that. And in order to find it, you have this like, I thought it was a neat little mechanic. You have this this cube that you use to like logic your way, like, okay, the object had to have had green involved in it. Okay, the object had to have had like purple on it. Oh, this person like found it, like the object was spotted in the lobby that has a rock wall in it, and the person who stole it was wearing a top hat or something like that. Something that like narrows down clues. You can figure out effectively who stole it, where they put it, and what was stolen. Like just a simple 3x3 clue. It's like, okay, that's all right. Do that 24 times. Like, play every game, because you need to find clues. You need to play each of the games at least once to get the clue. So play each game about 24 times. Then you need to correct the clue. Then for every 2 or so you find, then you get a cutscene that plays out that tells a bit of the story. Like, maybe 15 to 30 seconds at a time. I'm sure there is some way that I can that I can adjust or edit this so that it is so that it's, you know, quicker for us to watch. That one will probably be less than 30 to 40 minutes when I'm done with it. So
that's fair. Honestly, there's the way it comes to make me realize the way the whole thing was structured. I feel like it was done that way. Like the way it's done, it kind of makes it feel like it would be more fitting in like in a like in an elementary school or space where, like, you know, you're like you. How do I put this? It's like you go to class, you probably, assuming you're allowed to actually, you know, have a profile and everything, just do your daily grind there, and then come back the next day to take care of the rest. Honestly, so that the grind doesn't feel as torturous.
You know what? That's honestly a really good way to put it. That's probably what I'm going to either deal with or work with. Is like that game more than anyone others is not meant to be beaten in a single sitting.
Right.
So, again, that one is going to take a little bit, so stay tuned when we get to that one, because that one did technically come out before 5th grade adventures. So, yeah, alright, that's it. Thank you all for joining.
Alrighty. Till next time, everybody.
Bye.